My wife fell asleep on a Navy SEAL's shoulder during a long train ride. When I woke her up, she told me to calm down and he mocked me, even challenged me. He didn't know I was a martial arts trainer until I embarrassed him in front of everyone. The bathroom door on the Amtrak Northeast Regional was stuck. I'd been wrestling with it for 5 minutes, pulling, pushing, finally getting it to slide open at 3:47 p.m. on a Saturday in September. 5 minutes. That's all it took. When I got back to our seats in car 4, row 12, my wife Sarah's head was resting on another man's shoulder. His arm was around her. He was smirking at me, not just looking, smirking, like he'd won something. "Excuse me," I said quietly. "That's my wife." Sarah stirred, blinked awake, looked at me with foggy eyes. "Oh, sorry." She didn't move away from him, just stayed there, comfortable, his arm still draped across her shoulders. "Sarah, come on. Calm down, Tom." Her voice had an edge, annoyed. "I was just sleeping. Don't be so insecure." The guy, military build, crew cut, maybe 6'3", laughed, deep, condescending. "Yeah, man, relax. She was tired. I wasn't doing anything, except you had your arm around her. She can sleep on my shoulder," I said. He sized me up, took his time doing it. I'm 5'10", 170 pounds, glasses, khakis, and a button-down. The kind of guy who looks like he works in IT or teaches middle school English. Unremarkable. "Listen, buddy." He stretched the word buddy like it was an insult. "Your wife fell asleep. It's not that deep. Maybe if you weren't so uptight, she wouldn't need to lean on other men." A few passengers in nearby seats were watching now, pretending not to, but watching. Sarah sighed, dramatic, like I was the problem. "Tom, just sit down. You're making a scene." "I'm making a scene?" "Yes, you are." Still hadn't moved. I'd been married to Sarah for 6 years. We met at a CrossFit gym in Arlington, Virginia. She was a physical therapist. I ran a martial arts training facility 3 blocks away. She was beautiful, confident, funny. We bonded over fitness, meal prep, weekend hikes. For the first 4 years, things were good. Then something shifted. Little things at first. Comments about my job. "You're just a trainer? I thought you wanted to do something bigger." Questions about money. "Don't you want to expand? Open more locations? Make real money?" Comparisons to her friends' husbands. "Jessica's husband just made partner at his firm. That's so impressive." I'd shrug it off. Tell myself she was just venting. That work was stressing her out. But the comments got sharper, more frequent. 6 months ago, at her friend's birthday party, I overheard her talking to a group of women. "Tom's great. He's just, I don't know, content. Like, he has zero ambition. He's happy running his little gym and teaching classes. Meanwhile, I'm busting my ass to build my practice." One of the women had laughed. "At least he's in shape." "Barely," Sarah had said. "He's not even that fit anymore. He just knows how to fight." I'd stood there holding 2 glasses of wine, frozen. Just knows how to fight. Like it was nothing. Like 23 years of training was a party trick. Now, on the train, the SEAL stood up. He was huge, probably 220, 230, all muscle. "You got a problem?" he asked, stepping into my space. "Yeah, you had your arm around my wife. She fell asleep. I was being a gentleman. Gentlemen don't put their arms around married women." He laughed again, louder this time, making sure people heard. "You sound jealous. What, you think she's gonna leave you for me?" He glanced at Sarah. "Maybe she should. She seems like she could use an upgrade." Sarah's face flushed, but she didn't defend me, didn't say a word. That hurt more than anything he'd said. "Tom, just sit down," she hissed. "Please." The SEAL crossed his arms, thick, veined, the kind of arms that come from years of pull-ups and weighted carries. "You heard her. Sit down before you embarrass yourself more." I stayed standing, looked at him, really looked. He had that military confidence, the kind that comes from buds training and combat deployments, from being told you're elite for years. "Or what?" I asked quietly, his eyebrows raised. "Or what?" He smiled. Predatory. "Dude, I'm a Navy SEAL. I've had more combat training than you've had hot meals. You really want to do this?" People were definitely watching now. The train car had gone quiet except for the clacking of wheels on tracks. "I don't want to fight you," I said. "Good," he laughed, "because you'd lose. Badly." He stepped closer. "Now sit down like your wife said. I don't want to fight you because it wouldn't be fair." His smile faded, just a little. "Not fair? To who? You?" "To you." The smile disappeared completely. "What did you just say?" "You heard me." Sarah grabbed my arm, hard. "Tom, stop. He's a Navy SEAL. I know what he is." The SEAL's jaw tightened. "You think you could take me? You?" I didn't answer. He looked around at the watching passengers, playing to the crowd. "I'll tell you what," he said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "You think you're tough? Let's go to the space between cars. Right now. I'll show you what happens when civilians get cocky." "Tom?" "No," Sarah said. Her voice was panicked now. "This is stupid. You're being ridiculous." He challenged me. "Because you're acting insane." The SEAL grinned, victorious already. "Come on, tough guy. Let's see what you got." The space between cars was small, metal floor, loud, the smell of brake dust and diesel. About 15 passengers followed us, including Sarah. The SEAL rolled his shoulders, loosening up. "Last chance to back down," he said. "I don't want to hurt you in front of your wife." I took off my glasses, folded them carefully, handed them to Sarah. She looked at me like I'd lost my mind. "Tom, please don't do this." The SEAL got into a fighting stance. Textbook. Hands up, chin tucked, weight on the balls of his feet. Military combatives training, probably trained by some of the best instructors in the world. "I'm gonna make this quick," he said. He threw a jab, fast, crisp, the kind of punch that comes from thousands of hours of practice. I slipped it, barely moved my head. He threw a cross, hard, trying to end it. I ducked under under it, stepped inside his guard, and swept his front leg while pushing his shoulder. He went down, hard, metal floor, no mats. The crowd gasped. He got up immediately, face red, angrier now. "Lucky shot," he said. He came at me again. 3-punch combination. Jab, cross, hook. I redirected the jab with my left hand, parried the cross, ducked the hook. Then I trapped his extended arm, pivoted my hips, and took him down with a basic outside trip. He landed on his back. I could have followed him to the ground, could have transitioned to mount or side control, could have finished it, but I didn't. I let him stand up. He was breathing harder now. Ego bruised more than his body. "What the hell are you?" he asked. "You didn't ask." "Ask what?" "What I do for a living." He didn't respond, just stared. "Martial arts trainer," I said. 23 years. Owner of Atlas Combat Systems in Arlington. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under Ricardo Liborio. Muay Thai under Ajarn Chai. Krav Maga instructor certification from Wingate Institute in Israel. His face went pale. "I've trained special forces, police, professional MMA fighters, and hobbyists. I've taught defensive tactics to 3 FBI field offices. I've cornered fighters in the UFC." The crowd was silent. Sarah's mouth hung open. "You didn't ask what I did," I continued. "You just assumed I was nobody, because I'm not built like you, because I wear glasses, because I don't walk around advertising what I can do." He didn't respond. "And you put your arm around my wife, not to be a gentleman, not because she fell asleep. You did it to see if you could, to see if I'd do anything about it, to see if I was weak." I looked at him. Really looked. "I'm not. I'd started training when I was 7 years old. My dad was career Army, Ranger Battalion. He believed every man should know how to defend himself and others. He started me with boxing, then wrestling, then judo. By 15, I was competing in junior tournaments. By 18, I had my first amateur MMA fight. By 22, I'd opened my own gym with money saved from teaching privates and winning small promotions. Atlas Combat Systems. We focused on practical self-defense, no belt factories, no ego, just skill. I'd trained cops who'd used my techniques to save their lives. I'd trained women who'd escaped assaults. I'd trained fighters who'd gone on to win titles, but I didn't advertise it. Didn't walk around with a chip on my shoulder. Didn't need to prove anything to anyone, until now. The SEAL was still standing there, breathing hard, face flushed. "You good?" I asked. He nodded, slowly. "Then we're done here." I turned to Sarah. "Give me my glasses." She handed them over, hands shaking. I put them on and walked back to my seat. Sarah followed. So did the crowd, murmuring, whispering, phones out. Someone had filmed it. Great. I sat down in my seat by the window. Sarah sat next to me. "Tom, don't. I was just, you sided with him," I said quietly. "In front of everyone. You told me to calm down. Told me I was making a scene. Told me I was being ridiculous. I thought, you didn't defend me once. Not when he mocked me. Not when he challenged me. Not when he said you could use an upgrade." Her face crumpled. "I'm sorry. You were embarrassed by me standing up for myself, not by him disrespecting our marriage." "That's not true." "It is true. Because if it wasn't, you would have moved away from him when I asked. You would have told him to take his arm off you. You would have said something, anything, to show you were on my side." Tears were running down her face now. "Tom, please." "But you didn't. You chose his comfort over my dignity, his pride over my feelings. And when I called you out, you made me the villain. I made a mistake. Yeah, you did." The train was pulling into Penn Station, New York, our stop. I grabbed my bag from the overhead compartment. "When we get off this train," I said, "I'm getting a hotel, alone. You can figure out your own way back to Virginia." "Tom, no, please. We can talk about this. There's nothing to talk about." "Yes, there is. I was wrong. I see that now. Please don't do this." The train stopped. Doors opened. I stood up. Sarah grabbed my arm. "Where are you going?" "Away from you." "Tom," I pulled my arm free, gently but firmly. "You told me to calm down when another man had his arm around you. You sided with him when he mocked me. You let him say I wasn't good enough, that you deserved better. I didn't say that. You didn't have to. Your silence said it for you." I stepped into the aisle. The SEAL was a few rows back, looking down, avoiding eye contact. Sarah followed me onto the platform. "Tom, please. We've been together 6 years. You can't throw that away because of one mistake." "This isn't about one mistake," I said. "This is about you showing me exactly where I stand. And it's not next to you. It's wherever's convenient until someone bigger and stronger comes along." "That's not true, isn't it? The second I left, you were leaning on someone else. And when I objected, you made me the problem. People were flowing around us, heading to exits, to connecting trains, to their lives. I made a mistake," Sarah whispered. "Yeah, and I just humiliated a Navy SEAL to prove a point to a wife who wasn't even worth defending." Her face went white. "You don't mean that." "Don't I?" I started walking toward the taxi stand. She followed. "Tom, don't do this. Please, I love you." I stopped, turned. "Do you?" "Because people who love each other don't choose strangers over their spouse. They don't tell their spouse to calm down when someone disrespects them. They don't sit there silent while their partner gets mocked. I panicked. You sided with him. That's not panic. That's a choice." I kept walking. "Tom," she called after me. "Where are you going?" "I don't know, but not with you." I got a hotel room at the Marriott near Times Square. Checked in at 5:13 p.m. under just my name. The room was generic. Beige walls, white sheets, a view of another building. I sat on the edge of the bed and pulled out my phone. 47 missed calls from Sarah. 63 texts. "I'm sorry. Please talk to me. Where are you? I messed up. Please, I love you. Tom, please." I turned off my phone. phone. I'd been training people for 23 years, and the one thing I'd learned, the thing I told every student on their first day, was this. The biggest threat isn't the guy who looks dangerous. It's the guy who doesn't. The quiet one, the unassuming one, the one who trains in silence and doesn't need to prove anything. That SEAL had made assumptions based on appearances. So had Sarah. She'd looked at me and seen someone safe, boring, predictable, someone who wouldn't make waves or cause problems, someone content, and she'd resented me for it. The next morning, I woke up at 6 a.m., ran 5 miles through Central Park, hit a coffee shop on 53rd, sat outside with an Americano, and watched the city wake up. My phone had died overnight. I'd left the charger at home. Good. At 10 a.m., I found a Verizon store, bought a charger, plugged in my phone. It lit up with notifications. 147 missed calls, 212 texts, 3 voicemails. I listened to the voicemails. The first was Sarah, crying. Tom, please call me back. I'm so sorry. I love you, please. The second was Sarah's sister. Tom, Sarah called me. She's a mess. I don't know what happened, but please call her back. She needs you. The third was my business partner, Marcus. Dude, you're going viral. Someone posted a video of you dropping a Navy SEAL on a train. It's got like 2 million views. What the hell happened? I hung up. Opened Twitter. Sure enough. Video. Grainy. Shot from someone's phone. Guy embarrasses Navy SEAL on train after SEAL hits on his wife. 2.4 million views. Comments ranged from supportive to brutal. That slip was beautiful. SEAL got humbled. Don't mess with quiet dudes. His wife is trash for siding with the SEAL. This man is a legend. I closed the app. At 2 p.m., I called Marcus. Tom, dude, where have you been? New York. Long story. I saw the video. That was you? Yeah. Dude, you're famous. In a good way. Everyone's talking about it. We've gotten like 50 new membership inquiries since yesterday. People want to train where the guy who dropped a SEAL teaches. Great. What happened? The video doesn't have audio. Sarah fell asleep on a guy's shoulder. He got cocky. I handled it. And now? Now I'm in a hotel trying to figure out what comes next. Silence. She messed up, Marcus said finally. Yeah. What are you gonna do? I don't know. You want my advice? Not really. I'm giving it anyway. Don't make a decision while you're angry. Give it a few days. Think it through. I am thinking it through. No, you're reacting. There's a difference. I hung up. At 7 p.m., there was a knock on my hotel room door. I looked through the peephole. Sarah. How the hell did she find me? I opened the door. How did you? I called every Marriott in Manhattan, she said. Her eyes were red, swollen. Can I come in? I hesitated, then stepped aside. She walked in, looked around, sat on the edge of the bed. I've been calling you. I know. Why didn't you answer? Because I don't want to talk to you. Tom, how did you find this hotel? I told you. I called everyone, gave them your name. The third one confirmed you'd checked in. That's a privacy violation. I told them I was your wife, that it was an emergency. It's not an emergency, Sarah. It's a consequence. She started crying. I'm so sorry. I was stupid. I was wrong. I embarrassed you. I hurt you. I know that. And I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't fix it. Then tell me what does. Tell me how to make this right. I sat in the desk chair, across from her. You can't. Why not? Because you showed me who you are. When it mattered, when some guy disrespected our marriage, you chose his side. You told me to calm down, told me I was being insecure, made me feel like I was the problem. I panicked. You sided with him, Sarah. After 6 years of marriage, you sided with a stranger. I know, and I hate myself for it. You should. She looked up. What does that mean? It means I spent 6 years being loyal to you, supporting you, building a life with you, and the first time someone challenged me, you folded, immediately. That's not fair. It's completely fair, because that's exactly what happened. She wiped her eyes. So what now? You're just done? 6 years and you're walking away? I'm not walking away, Sarah. You pushed me away. You just didn't realize it until I actually left. I don't want to lose you. Then why did you risk it? She didn't have an answer. We sat in silence for a long time. Finally, she spoke. Can we go to therapy? Try to fix this? I don't know. Please, Tom. I'm begging you. I made a mistake. One mistake. Don't end our marriage over it. It's not one mistake. It's a pattern. What pattern? The comments, the comparisons, the jokes about me not having ambition, about being content, about not making enough money or pushing hard enough. You've been pulling away for months. This was just the moment it became obvious. Her face crumpled. I didn't mean those things. Yes, you did. You just didn't think I'd actually do anything about it. What do you want from me? I want you to understand what you did, not just apologize. Understand. I do understand. No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have sided with him. You wouldn't have told me to calm down. You wouldn't have made me feel like I was overreacting when another man had his arm around you. She was quiet. You want to know what hurt the most? I asked. What? That you didn't defend me. Not once. Not when he mocked me. Not when he said you deserved better. You just sat there, silent, like you agreed with him. I didn't. Your silence said you did. Sarah left at 9:30 p.m. Before she walked out, she turned. I love you, Tom. I know I screwed up, but I love you, and I'm not giving up on us. I didn't respond. She closed the door behind her. I sat in that hotel room for another hour. Then I booked a train back to Virginia for the next morning. When I got back to Arlington, I went straight to the gym. Marcus was there, finishing up a private lesson. Hey, he said. You good? No. Sarah came by yesterday, looking for you. What did you tell her? That I didn't know where you were, which was true. Thanks. So what's the plan? I don't know. You gonna divorce her? Maybe. You gonna try therapy? Maybe. Super helpful, man. man, I almost smiled. The viral video? Marcus said. It's blown up. We've got 50 new membership applications. People want to train with the guy who dropped a seal. Great, it's good for business. I know, but it's bad for your marriage. Yeah, Marcus looked at me. You know what I think? What? I think you're done. I think you made your decision on that train and everything after is just you processing it. Maybe. You love her? I thought I did. But now? Now I don't know. Because the woman I loved wouldn't have done what she did. 3 weeks later, Sarah and I met with a divorce attorney. Jennifer Park, family law specialist, 14 years of experience. Her office was in a high-rise in Rosslyn. Glass walls, modern furniture, a view of the Potomac. So, Jennifer said, you've been married 6 years. No children, no joint property except the house. This should be relatively straightforward. Sarah started crying. I didn't. We can mediate, Jennifer continued. Figure out asset division. Sell the house and split proceeds. File uncontested. Should take about 4 months. I don't want a divorce, Sarah said. Jennifer looked at me. Tom, I do. Why? Sarah asked. Because of one mistake? Because you chose a stranger over me. Because you've been pulling away for months. Because I'm tired of being resented for being content. I don't resent you. Yes, you do. You resent that I'm happy running my gym, that I'm not chasing promotions or expansions or money. You resent that I don't have ambition in the way you define it. That's not true. Sarah, Jennifer interrupted gently. If Tom wants a divorce, arguing won't change his mind. We need to focus on making this process as smooth as possible. Sarah looked at me. Is there anything I can do? Anything at all? No, please, Tom. Give me one more chance. I gave you chances. Every time I told you a comment hurt. Every time I asked you to stop comparing me to other people. You had chances. You didn't take them. She was sobbing now. Full, heaving sobs. I felt nothing. Just empty. We'll start the paperwork, Jennifer said. 6 months later, the divorce was finalized. I bought Sarah out of the house, kept the gym, moved forward. Atlas Combat Systems exploded in popularity after the viral video. We doubled our membership, opened a second location. I hired 3 new instructors. Life was good. Different, but good. Sarah moved to Seattle. Her sister lived there. Fresh start. We didn't talk. On what would have been our 7th anniversary, Marcus asked me if I regretted it. Regret what? I asked. Leaving her. I didn't leave her. She pushed me away and I stopped holding on. You know what I mean? No, I don't regret it. Why not? Because she showed me who she was. And I believed her. That's cold, man. Maybe, but it's honest. 2 years after the train incident, I got a message on LinkedIn from the SEAL. Hey man, I know this is random, but I wanted to reach out. What happened on that train was embarrassing. For me, you were right. I was being cocky, disrespectful. I made assumptions. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Also, I looked you up. Atlas Combat Systems is legit. I'm impressed. Respect. I didn't respond immediately. Let it sit for a few days. Then replied, thanks for reaching out. Takes a lot of humility to apologize. Respect. If you're ever in Virginia, stop by the gym. First class is free. He never took me up on it, but the gesture mattered. People ask me sometimes if I think about Sarah, if I miss her. The answer is no, not anymore. Because I learned something on that train. I learned that loyalty matters. That when someone shows you who they are, when they choose someone else's comfort over your dignity, you have to believe them.